It's 5 on Fridays. The noise you might hear is somebody next door working on their house, on their deck, something like that. The trivia is, once again, one of the reasons why couples don't communicate effectively, or just anybody for that matter, is because they don't think they're enough. But I'm going to start because it's 10:31 and this is supposed to start at 10:30, but I'm real close. But today I have different questions for 5 on Friday. People ask me different things, and I'm really happy because it's not about relationships, it's just about something else. The first question that someone asks me is, how do I meditate? Now, that question made me so happy because people don't ask that, they ask other stuff. But lately, I'm getting more questions on the personal development, meditation, the other things that I do. And so I'm happy that they ask me. How you meditate, the easiest way I would say for to meditate, if you're a beginner, is find some kind of recording to do guided meditation. Because that way, you don't have to just be quiet and try to make your mind be still, which is not going to be still. So if you're a beginner meditator, I would recommend that you go online and find maybe a 20-minute, 15, 20-minute meditation that's guided or with music. That way, you have something to focus on when they're talking to you. I sometimes do a guided meditation for my students. I'll do a guided meditation. I'll take them to their favorite place. So I'll talk to them about getting up from where they are, eyes closed, breathe from the diaphragm, deep breathing with eyes closed. That helps them to relax. And then I would guide them to their favorite place. I would have them imagine themselves getting up from where they were sitting, just getting up and seeing themselves walking to and then being in their favorite place. And then I'll talk them through that. And then after all my students, and they hadn't ever meditated before, after that we had done that exercise, they all would say that they really liked it and they enjoyed it. So to answer your question, how do you meditate? I would suggest that to be the way that you begin. And then once you get better at that, then you can decide to just meditate on your own and just be quiet and be still and sit in stillness. I still do both ways. I sometimes sit in stillness to meditate, or I listen to a guy named Dr. Joe Dispenza and do his meditations. They're kind of deep. They're just about the black space to try to get to the unified field. And then, I can do, there's another meditation called the sixth phase. You know, for your first, and the sixth phase meditation is really not meditation. The sixth phase is telling you about, and that's guided though. It's guiding you to think about what you're grateful for. It's guiding you to think about your best life. It's guiding you to think about how the light in your body, how to heal yourself, all those things. So I would do the guided meditation. You can either do the sixth phase, just go online and look for sixth phase meditation. And it's by Vishen from Mind Valley. And that's a good one for you if you're a beginner. Or just go on YouTube or somewhere and find a guided meditation. Or if you want to just really focus on your breathing, just focus on your breathing, deep breath through your nose, out your mouth, and focus on your breathing and just be still. And your mind you'll have chatter in your mind. It won't be still, but just keep doing it. That's how you meditate. So hope that answered your question. And it did, because that's how you meditate. Either one of those things. But if you're a beginner, it's easier like that. The next question that I have is, what's the first step toward personal development? Okay. The first step towards personal development is, first, I would write this down too. I would take a journal and I'll write down 5 things about yourself that you want to change, or 5 areas in your life about yourself personally that you don't like or that you want to get better at. And then there are so many courses, classes, workshops to develop yourself. But really, some of them are really expensive, and I don't know what happens with them, if they do anything for you or not. So I can't talk to that. I can't vouch for those. But I do know that once you decide something about yourself that you want to change, I will start to research it. I will start to research it. I would read books about personal development, human development, how to change, things about yourself that you don't like. If you do something you're not happy with, how to change a habit, how to change anything about yourself. That's always the best thing to do, is to always grow and change and develop yourself. I would suggest reading first, reading books on personal development. That's what I would do. And then once you got involved and you found a course or something that you want to take or a workshop you want to go to for the weekend or something, then you can do that. But first, I would recommend find a good book and start reading those books. Or you can get Audible books and you can download books and you can hear them in your car or in your house. But it's always good to grow and to change and to expand. So it's nice that you want to invest in personal development. That's how you do it. That's why I would start. Start by reading. If you can read something good, read a couple books a month that are about personal development. You'll start finding the best places to go. Okay? I hope that helped you. Number 3 is, hi Donna. Number 3 is, how can I stop being so jealous? Ooh. Now this person didn't say with a guy or a girl or anybody. They just said that. That's all they got. So I'm going to tell a person how not to be jealous about anything, just about anyone else, about someone else's success, about you, a friendship that you think somebody's being somebody else's best friend. I don't know what it was, but how to stop being so jealous comes from you and how you feel about yourself, how you feel about who you are. It has to do with your self-worth, your self-love, your self-esteem. So you cannot be so jealous if you first start working on yourself. What are you jealous about? Ask yourself these questions. Why do I feel jealous? What am I afraid of? What do I think I might lose if whatever's going on? What is it? Ask yourself those questions because you are the one that's jealous and you have to work on that. But you work on that by asking yourself, what is making me feel this way? Because no one makes you jealous. It's all in your head. What's making me feel that way? How am I feeling? Why am I feeling jealous of this insecure thing or like I'm left out? Whatever it is, you have to ask yourself those questions. Jealousy is not a good thing at all. And it really means that you're insecure. So you want to work on your insecurities. That's what that is. But first, ask yourself, why are you jealous? What's making you feel like you're jealous? What do you think you're going to miss or lose? Or what are you afraid of? Okay. If that didn't answer your question, you can message me and I'll get a better picture of what you really need and I'll give you the answer to that. But right now, that's all I got. Number 4. Oh, I'm having trouble apologizing to my best friend. This is interesting. I have no idea how old these people are that ask the questions. I just take the questions and answer them. So if you have a best friend and you guys got into a little tiff, because best friends do, because we're all individuals and we have our own vibe, and we think how we think. And we have our own thoughts, our own beliefs. But this person says she has having a hard time, apologizing to that best friend. I'm thinking it's women, because women, we talk a lot about stuff and we get into tiffs, we apologize, we don't. It might not be a man. That might be sexist, but I'm just talking about from what I've seen. So I'm not trying to be sexist. I just think it's a woman. If you have a best friend, thank God you do, because it's so important. Here's what I got to say this. A lot of times, women that might be your best at first or close to you a lot initially and spend a lot of time with you, when they get a relationship, if they're not in one already, if a woman that you meet is in a relationship already and she's really cool with you and you're close, that means she's in a good relationship because she's not afraid to be not with her husband or boyfriend and have you around. That's cool. But if you have a really good friend and you both are single and then she gets a guy, trust me, she's going to go ghost, as the kids say. She'll get ghost. That means you won't hear or see from her again. I have a really good friend that I saw her all the time. And then I told her to go on a dating site. She went on the dating site and she got the guy. I didn't get the guy, but she got a date from that dating site. Do I hear from her hardly ever? Hardly ever. So, how do you apologize? So whatever you're apologizing for, is it because you got ghost on your friend or because, I don't know what happened. But apologize to your friend just by knowing that that's your best friend. You love that best friend and you swallow your pride because that gets in the way and that sabotages us. And you ask her, let's have coffee or a cocktail, whatever you guys prefer, or tea, and you guys sit there and you own it. You say, friend, whatever her name or his name is, this is what I see for me, and I think this is how I've offended you or whatever, and I'd like to apologize to you for that. I really, really want to apologize because I really mean it. There's a way. The reason why we can't apologize is because we're full of pride and arrogance, and or we're ashamed and we're afraid that we can't, that somebody might say you're not forgiven. Here it is. You have to go in when you apologize to someone. You have to go in there, apologize, and you might not get the answer that you want. You might want her or him to say, "Okay, I forgive you. You're so great. I'm not mad." Whatever you want them to say, you might not get that at all. You may got the total opposite. "Oh, I'm really hurt. I'm not ready to be friends again. I don't want to talk to you." Well, whatever they might say. So you have to get the courage. Have the courage. And you get courage by taking that deep breath and just jumping. Have the courage, because like Joseph Campbell said, the chasm's not that wide. We think the chasm's that wide. We're afraid to jump. You'll get to the other side. It's not as wide as you think. So if you are afraid to apologize, swallow that pride, breathe deeply, jump. The chasm is not that wide. And if he or she says, "I'm not your friend, I don't want to be your friend," if they're your true friend, they'll come around, because everything's temporary. Anger's temporary. Hurt feelings are temporary. People forgive each other. And if they don't, they have to start. But he or she will be okay. But apologize. That's how you apologize. And the reason why you're not, because you're too proud or afraid. Whatever, apologize. All right? The last one it's kind of long. How can I get on the right track once my life has taken a turn for the worse and a turn down the wrong road? Whoa. All right. I didn't expect that one. That's a good question. How do you turn your life back around? How do I get my life back on the right track? The first way you do that, you've already started, because you're thinking about it. You're going, how do I change this about my life? How do I get it on the right track? How can I make things better? That's the first thing. And then you have to do some soul searching. If you need help, go find a life coach or a therapist. It depends on where you are, what you need. A therapist might be something good that you might need for, I'm not sure, but get a life coach. Yeah, because they're designed to get your life on track and keep you accountable for what you need to do. So go get a life coach, and then you tell her or him what's going on in your life. What is going on wrong? Where did you go wrong? Or where did you take that wrong step that you think, and you're going down the wrong path? Whatever it might be. If it's alcohol or drugs, you want to go do AA or NA and get involved in that and get a sponsor. Do all those things you need to do. If it's that, if you just decided, I don't know what it might be, but if it's a substance that you're abusing, you've got to go and get the appropriate help from a substance abuser. From those groups. AA, NA, go to a program if you need to. Inpatient, what that might be, to get your life back on track. If it's not those things, or if those things were the case, now you're back to try to get your old life, form that again, or reestablish that. We can't ever go back. We got to go forward and start a new life. And so I would recommend you get a coach, and then he or she can help you map out your life how you want. First of all, when you see your coach, you have to have a list of things you want to do, what goals you want to accomplish, and what the time frame is. And then you and your coach can work on those things, and they will keep you accountable. And you start getting your life back on track. Because you're human, and we all have those ebbs and flows. Life is like that. Nature is like that. We have ebbs and flows. We have great times in our life when we're way up and things are going great, and sometimes we crash and burn, or we go down and try to tread water and get back together. And don't feel ashamed if you do. Try to be easy on yourself and know that you're on the right path by asking that question. But get the help that you need, because you can't do it alone. You need help from a friend, from a professional, or friends, or both. I would say go to professionals first, because what happens, people tend to burn their friends out with the same problems, the same things, and they don't do any of the work or recommendations that the friends make. And the friends get burned out, and then they don't want to see you. So don't do that to your friends. Don't dump on them. Go get a therapist or a coach and start getting your life together. Okay, so I'm going to go with the questions. They're on my table in front of me. The questions I answered today was, how do I meditate? And I suggested if you're a beginner, then you would go to a guided meditation online. Or if you just want to start really, with, start with your breath. Focus on your breath. Take deep breaths. Focus on your breath, and just nothing. Or maybe you say a word in your mind, love or peace or goodness or something. But our minds are constant chatter. It's perpetual motion. So your mind's not gonna be quiet and still. That comes with time. But you can start like that, guided or focus on your breathing. The second one was, what's the first step to personal development? I say books. Google um, self development books, and you'll find tons of them. Start reading, and with your reading, and you'll start feeling elated and lifted, and like, oh, okay, then you'll take the steps. That's the first one. Because I would just run to a workshop, because unless you just want to spend money and you want to get away, then if you want to do that, do it. But I would start reading first, just to start getting your feet wet, and you get more information about what you really want to do and what direction you want to go in. Number 3 was, how can I stop being so jealous? That's about being more secure. So just get secure with yourself, become more secure, and then that's gonna be the thing. When you can't apologize to your best friend, just bite the bullet, swallow your pride, take the risk. It's worth it, and apologize and mean it, and let them know how much you mean it and how much they mean to you. It's important. I don't know what you did, but how much they mean to you, how important they are, and how sorry you are. It's okay. But remember, it might not come how you want it to come, but just do it anyway. No conditions. And the last one, how to get their life back on track, and that is, do whatever it takes. Hire some professional help. Don't ask your friends, because your friends don't know. Get professional help, whatever it takes. If it's drugs and alcohol, if it's your business, get a coach, a life coach, and get it back on track. And you'll be back within 12 months or 6. All right. That's all I got, you guys. I'm happy to have you here today on 5 on Fridays. It wasn't about relationships. It was about other things and other interests that all of us have, including me. And have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.